How's it going, Jack Attackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today I'm going to be continuing my If I Was the Showrunner series for the Flash final season. This is for episode 10, titled Havoc. So without further ado, let's jump on into the video, or the episode, whatever, same thing. Okay. The episode starts off with a flashback scene of Roscoe. Moonlight Serenade by Glenn Miller is playing. Obviously, I'm not going to play the music because I don't want to get copyrighted. I used to play the music, but I'm not anymore. I'm sorry. I know, it sucks. Anyway, the year is 1944. Roscoe is at an American Air Force base, saying goodbye to his fellow pilots. He gets inside his fighter and takes off into the air. He swirls around in the sky a few times and suddenly spots a giant wave of energy coming his way. He tries to call it in on his radio, but no one responds. The wave crashes right into his plane and he starts spinning uncontrollably. Before the plane hits the ground, he's transported to the Speed Force. He tries to escape, but he's trapped. He begins having strange visions of a man he's never seen before, Barry Allen. Eventually, vortexes start appearing all over Roscoe's body. He screams out of fear and pain. The intro sequence plays. It cuts to present day, at the abandoned airplane scrapyard. Roscoe gets into an old plane and takes off down the junky runway and into the sky. He eventually makes it to Central City and makes a decision to wreak havoc. He drops a few bombs down on the city and causes a building to collapse. He takes out a megaphone and shouts, "Where is Eobard Thawne's body?" It cuts to an alleyway in Central City. Thawne has heard what Roscoe said. "Huh, have fun with that, Flash," Thawne says before racing out of the scene. It cuts to Barry and Max standing in front of Star Labs. They hear the explosions of the bombs and look up in the sky to see Roscoe's plane. "Oh no, I think that's Roscoe," Barry says frantically. He then proceeds to run toward the plane and up onto the closest building. He starts waving his arms and shouting at Roscoe. "What do you want?" Barry yells. "I want the damn body of Thawne," Roscoe shouts. "He's, missing in more ways than one," Barry shouts back. "My boss isn't going to be too happy. Bring it to me now, or, this whole city crumbles," Roscoe yells. Suddenly, a giant ice path forms in front of Barry. It's Killer Frost. She shoots more ice from her hands onto Roscoe's plane, and the plane starts to fall down. But fortunately for Roscoe, he manages to lift it back up into the air. Killer Frost creates more ice paths and chases after him. Roscoe begins to shoot the plane's gun at Killer Frost's ice path, and she almost falls all the way to the ground before barely saving herself. Bullets start raining toward Barry, but he dodges them and decides to leap on the plane. He grabs a hold of the left wing and pulls himself up into the cockpit. "Get down!" Roscoe shouts at him. "This ends now," Barry yells as he grabs Roscoe's arm. Roscoe then blasts Barry off the plane with one of his wind vortexes, and Barry slams into a nearby building. He falls all the way onto a car. Killer Frost spots this and rushes over to him. "Barry?" she says in shock. Roscoe releases more bombs onto the city. Roscoe doesn't care about finding Thawne's body anymore. He just wants to destroy the entire city. He's gone insane. As more bullets rip through the air and bombs fall from the sky, a giant blue flame rams into Roscoe's plane. Up through the fiery air, Cobalt Blue emerges and blasts the plane through a building and onto the ground. He then soars down on his flame and finds Roscoe dead. "I'll find Eobard's body myself," Cobalt says sternly. It cuts back to Killer Frost and Barry. Barry groggily wakes up. "Are you okay?" Killer Frost questions. "I think I just fell like 10 stories. No, I'm not okay," Barry admits. Max Mercury and even Joe and Cisco make it to the scene. "Bear," Joe says worriedly. "It's all right. I think if I haven't died yet, my speed healing has taken care of me. I mean, that's got to be a good sign, I guess. I'll be okay soon, but you guys need to stop." Barry stops and sees a giant blue flame consume a building. A loud shriek is heard. "Where is Eobard Thawne's body?" Cobalt shouts at the top of his lungs. He sees Barry and the others and then realizes. Joe raises his gun at Cobalt, but Cobalt milts it. He shoves everyone to the ground except for Barry. He then lifts him up off the ground and stares into his eyes. You are the Flash. You must know where Eobard-Thawne's body is, Cobalt says menacingly. He's not dead, Barry admits. Cobalt Blue screams and chucks Barry through a wall. The screen goes black. The outro plays, and the episode ends. So that's episode 10 of the Flash final season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Is Barry dead? What's going to happen, guys? I don't know. Actually, I do know, because I wrote it. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you did enjoy it, or if you didn't. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.